Does it seem to you that the best things in life are unexpected? You weren't looking to go meet the person you were going to spend the rest of your life with today at work. You weren't looking to find a job that maybe you had a career shift, or maybe you changed majors in college. If you went to college, maybe you suddenly discovered something you are actually passionate about and not just doing because it makes you enough money. um, Maybe it's a place that you visited and you didn't expect to fall in love with the place, a religion that you've discovered. Whatever it is, it often blindsides us. And that certainly happened with me and my wife. Uh, and then it happened with a recent trip to Spain. And we had been to Europe a few times. Fell in love with Italy. We are Catholic. When you go to a country that is a Catholic country, the United States is not a Catholic country. It is a Protestant country. There is a sizable minority of Catholics here. I believe the latest estimate is around 25% of the U.S. population would identify as Catholic. Um, but it's a Protestant country, and it was founded with Protestant values, Protestant churches, all of that stuff by the English. Sure, there is a large Spanish influence here and a large French influence here back then. And those are Catholic countries, just like Italy is, just like Portugal is. But the United States is not a Catholic country. So when, for the first time, you find yourself in a Catholic country visiting, as we did in Italy as a family back in 2017, starting with Rome and then going up to Florence and getting over to Venice and getting over to the south of France and Barcelona. These are places with these magnificent thousand-year-old cathedrals, and or some cases older. Um, and it feels like, wow, this is awesome. Now, those places in Rome is mostly touristy stuff. In France, these Catholic cathedrals are largely unpopulated at mass. Um, and we hadn't really been to Spain. We had spent a few days in Barcelona, but not been to the rest of Spain for any length of time. Then we got to Paris for a week and a half a few years ago, my wife and I, and we just hit all of these churches, all of these cathedrals, all of this history, all of this Catholic history. I mean, it just permeates everything. Um, and we loved it. We loved Paris, and we said, "Wow, this is so beautiful here." They just take the time to beautify everything, even the trash and even the graffiti is beautiful, and the gardens, the public spaces, everything in Paris is about beauty, and we love that, and culture. And then a few more years went by, and we took a trip to Spain this September, my wife and I, and it was Madrid and it was northern Spain, and we fully intended it to be a pilgrimage. Initially, we are going to walk the Camino Santiago, and number of reasons we didn't do that, but we did still want to make it a pilgrimage to different historical sites, religious sites along the way. That pilgrims on the Camino, on the French way, Camino Frances, would stop at, and we hit some of those. Um, we were not expecting to be completely won over by this country. We were not expecting to fall in love with this country. It started in Madrid, a city that I never wanted to visit. It was a place you could fly in and out of nonstop from DFW. We had been to Barcelona before. I was a Barcelona soccer fan. I did not like Real Madrid. Still don't. That's okay. I just had no interest in Madrid itself. I thought of myself as a Barcelona guy, as a southern Spain guy. Hadn't been to Madrid, haven't been to southern Spain, but we went to Madrid for the first part of the trip just to fly in and spend several days there, and it was amazing. The food, the people, so much to do, so much to see, the walking lifestyle that Europe has. We fell in love with Madrid, first of all, for about 5 days. And then we went up and we We went to San Sebastian. We went to Burgos. We stopped at Loyola on the way for the sanctuary of Saint Ignatius, the founder of the Jesuit order. And when then we got down to Burgos, which is about halfway between San Sebastian and Madrid, we were just going to head west to Santiago de Compostela, and we spent 2 nights in Burgos, and that place was like, oh my gosh, we have to live here. This is amazing. It has not only this gigantic cathedral, it has other churches. It has a monastery there that's still functioning. The Cistercian monastery, and our son went to a Cistercian school here in Texas, so that was very meaningful to us. Just walking around at night, the food, the people, the families out every night till late. Then we get to Santiago, and then on the way back from there, and that was amazing too. That was really the point of our pilgrimage. That was the destination. Just overwhelming there. Super touristy there, and obviously there's millions of pilgrims that go through there, and they have to be catered to, ourselves included. And then briefly stopped over at Salamanca on the drive back from Santiago to Madrid, and only had a couple hours there. That place, we were just overcome by that place, the beauty of that place, with the architecture. And then back to Madrid for the final night, and we were not expecting this, but we kind of went into hardcore. We've got to make this happen. We have to move to Spain. Looking into the visa situation, it seems to be a much easier task to get over there and live there than it would be in France. Not like night and day, but easier for sure. Easier tax situation in Spain than in France. I don't know Spanish other than some tapas ordering and pinchos ordering up in the Basque Country, and some touristy stuff. I'm willing to learn. I knew some French in junior high and high school, and that feels like it comes back a little bit when we're in Paris. But the Spanish, living in Texas for the last 50 years, I think I've got a little bit of a jump on Spanish there. We've got to do this, and we were not expecting this. And with this channel, we're going to get into the Catholic side of things, of art and architecture. There's so much of it in Spain, but also in France, and then here in the United States. Very much Spanish churches in Texas, down in San Antonio, and then out in California, New Mexico, some in Arizona, the Spanish Southwest. So even though it was built here, they were built by Spaniards and Native Americans, by Spanish Catholics, missionaries. So a lot to explore here, a lot to explore over there. The art is just out of this world throughout Spain, obviously in France too. But there's a lot to get into, and that's what I'm going to be doing here on this channel. Not sure of the time cadence yet. It's definitely not going to be daily videos, shooting for weekly videos. Some weeks will be maybe a couple, but pretty much weekly videos. And I'm just super excited about it, and super excited for Spain. A reason we stayed in Texas is because our own parents were here in DFW, and our families were here. And we wanted to maybe raise our kids out somewhere else, with more getting outdoors, more natural beauty, maybe some mountains, maybe some beaches. And we never did that. And now our kids have parents who are here in DFW, and they will be tied to wherever we are in that respect. They don't have to live here, but we are a very tight family, and we love to see each other. So if we can get to Spain on a long-term or permanent basis, and our kids are just as taken by Europe as we are. They actually just got back from spending a little over a week together in Paris. My daughter and my son and his girlfriend and his girlfriend's sister. And I mean, they're in love with the lifestyle too. It's just a healthier lifestyle. It's an historic and art-filled lifestyle. Quality of life is emphasized over quality of hours at the job and how much money you make. those are values we try to instill in our kids, and I think they're there. And if they have parents who are over there, even if they were to end up in a place like Paris, or Berlin, or wherever they may end up, Italy, it'd be a lot easier that their parents are a $40 round trip, hour and a half each way plane trip away in Spain than a $1,000 round trip, 10 hours each way, like we are right now in the United States from Europe. So we were not able to get to another state when we were raising them here in the U.S., but we might be able to get to another country, and that's what we're looking into now. My wife very much loves her job here, so that's a consideration. We're not done earning money yet. We're not, fabulously wealthy where we don't ever have to make another dollar. We need to keep making the dollars. But I think we're willing to see what it takes to figure out how we can do this. And I think, if I saw something the other day where you can make it happen, and it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't, like, all you have to do. The only way that you wouldn't make it happen is if you quit trying, or if you die. If you die trying, that's cool in itself. If this is important enough to us, and I'm thinking it is, we will find a way. We will make it happen. I can't say how long it'll be. I can't say if it'll be 6 months. I can't say if it'll be 6 years. I don't know. But we are going to figure this out, and we are going to make this happen. And in the meantime, next best thing I can do is keep learning about this stuff myself, keep taking trips together with my wife. We'll get one down to Mexico City and see their art and their Catholic architecture and their Catholic heritage as well. From what was called the Golden Age of Spain, largely in the 15 and 1600s. Not such a golden age for the Native Americans that were subjugated by the Spanish. But that influence is down in Mexico City as well. Yeah, this is going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. And hopefully you all will be along for the ride. And we look forward to seeing you. All right. Talk to you later.